Ben.
Mic check time. Hello, hello.
Face towards the screen.
Hello, hello. How's
Okay,
it going
that's
there,
better.
bud?
That's better.
That's much better,
Eric.
I just ate dinner. It was pretty good. I just finished a midterm as well. That was pretty bad.
All right. Need to boost you a little. There we go. That should be good. Well, let's go. Nick.
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good.
Nick,
Pretty
that was the sweetest tone you've ever
Yeah,
used
that's
on
lame.
this podcast.
Once I realized Mike started putting these in the beginning of videos, I've tried to turn it back a little bit.
Why? That's my favorite part. Welcome back, everybody, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We are back, episode 22, and we're just going to jump right into it. Cole Caufield is in the running for the Hobey Baker Award, which is not really surprising considering he's got, by my count, 52 points in 31 collegiate games this season.
I think that's pretty good.
Which is a lot.
I think that qualifies as pretty
and he's currently hasn't played yet for your affiliate, but is he practicing with them at least?
Yeah, I don't know if I think he's either done quarantine or very close to done quarantine.
I see.
And we'll be starting with them soon. I know that he's going to start down there, and then I'm sure if he pops the hell off and scores 6 goals in his first 3 games or something, he'll just come right up. But
Yeah.
I don't hate that they're starting him down there because he's a younger, smaller guy that is going to have a hard jump no matter what coming from NCAA.
It's a good move, yeah.
From NCAA to pro hockey. So if you want to just give him a sec in the A, it'll just be slightly lower competition. And if he proves himself to just be very clearly above that competition, I'm sure he'll just come right up.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that don't do that, and it ends up being a mistake.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good move. I'm excited to see what he'll do. But we're gonna move on here. Someone that could maybe. Oh, actually, I needed to mention this because I looked him up on Google. I Googled him to find out what his point total in how many games it was, and you know how in Google when you Google somebody, it'll say what they are underneath their name in a little letters. What do you think it said?
For
Cole Caufield. Yep. His name popped up, and then his little thing that says what he is. What do you think it said?
Okay, so I know people can game this shit sometimes.
Can they?
If you put the right enough things on different websites, whatever, search results will just automatically generate shit wrong. I hope it said small goals, boy. But
okay, it didn't say that. It didn't say that. What you would expect it to say is American ice hockey player is what you would expect.
What did it say?
Instead, what it says is American sniper.
American sniper.
I saw it and I was like, wow.
He is that.
That's his. That's what he does. But yeah, I was like, that's funny.
That is kind of funny.
But yeah, somebody who could possibly win a couple of these awards that we're about to talk about. So yeah, I'd like to hear all of your guys' picks at this point. Who you think is going to win the trophy? Let's start with the heart. I feel like this one's fairly simple. I'll go first.
Maybe.
I'll go first. It's gonna either be McDavid or Draisaitl if they keep on this, because McDavid's got 20 more points than, or no, not 20. It's 16 more points than the closest player
but Hart
other than
isn't
Draisaitl.
points, correct? Hart
It's
is
not points, but more often than not, it ends up being points.
Okay.
The definition I always hear is most valuable player to their team.
Yeah.
And it's hard to argue.
While we go through these, one of you two just sum up what they are, because I don't know them off the top of my head, nor does probably anybody who listens.
True. Okay, yeah. So the Hart Trophy is given out to the league's MVP each year. There's a little subjectivity there. Some people say it's the best player in the league. Some people say it should be the player that's the most valuable to their team. But I don't think we've ever actually gotten a real concrete definition.
Wikipedia says player judged most valuable to his team, but it's Wikipedia.
Okay, there's Wikipedia. Let's go. Well, let's listen to Wikipedia, shall we? But yeah, I think it's going to be McDavid or Draisaitl. Personally, they're kind of rocking this year.
Probably.
as they have in the past.
McDavid has 64 points. Next after him is Draisaitl at 56. And then after that, it's 49 from Patrick Kane. So he's got a 15-point gap on somebody who's not just
on his
the
team.
guy he's feeding the entire night.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Nick?
I don't want to say.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, that's the whole
stupid
point.
answers here.
When I looked today, I personally, like, obviously there's no denying either of those two guys you said
Yeah.
probably will get it. But my instant thought was Austin Matthews. And I know he's not as high in points.
That's another good pick.
No, he's been killing it.
He's been playing good.
That's another good
I
pick.
think.
A very good pick for our second award that we'll get to in a minute. Eric, who do you like for the Hart?
For the Hart, I'm kind of with you, Nick. I'm torn between McDavid and Matthews. I'm not gonna be to be honest, I forgot about Draisaitl there just because like he's so good, but he just kind of gets overshadowed by McDavid a lot.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say McDavid right now, but Matthews is still my runner-up. He's my other guy.
Okay.
Be really boring and also say McDavid.
Yeah, I hate being the boring one, but like, man, I
He's
think
just-
It's hard to.
I
argue.
think I see Kane. I vote Kane if Chicago makes the playoffs. I vote Kane
That does sound like the kind of thing that would happen with this trophy.
with the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I vote because Beyond that, let's move on to the Rocket Richard. For those who don't know, this is the goal scoring race. Whoever scores the most goals wins the Rocket Richard trophy. Go.
I'm going to pick McSwaggy.
McSwaggy, hey.
I'll go McDavid.
I haven't heard that one. I've heard a lot of Mick somethings, but I've never heard
McJesus.
McSwaggy.
McJesus is a big one. All right, so Nick goes McDavid. He thinks he's going to come back here. How come? Why do you think that? You think he's going to just get hot? He's going to pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
see
think they'll make a run here. So he tends to put his team on his back every year.
That's very true. Every night. All right, let's go to you, Ben, and then after Ben, we're going to go to Eric. But I need to step away because I'm thirsty.
Alrighty. Well, you go get yourself a drink, and I'm going to be really boring, and I'm going to also say McDavid again, just because I do expect him to kind of. Oh, he's just having like.
He's leading right now. He's leading goal
goal
scorer right now.
No, he's two behind Austin. I'm looking down at my phone right now, but I just think the insane season he's having right now is going to end up being him having the lead, just because I think Austin is still dealing with the whole wrist issue that he's been having for a while now, and he's cooled off since that happened, and he's still been getting some goals, but it
plus
he had like a lot of that 24 came from like that crazy stretch he had where it was like
I believe
wasn't
it was
like 13 goals and like not a lot of time.
It was something like that, but all I know is at the 18 game mark, he had 18 goals.
Yeah, so like the
only problem
was
with
just popping the hell
Matthews-
off.
The only problem with Matthews is that he's got 3 other guys around him any night that can score a truckload. Where yes,
got a
there
lot.
is
They got a lot.
Draisaitl in Edmonton, but like
That's it.
It's him,
Otherwise,
McDavid.
other than
have
Draisaitl,
2 other guys like that,
McDavid,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would agree. So who did you say?
I said McDavid.
Okay. Eric, what do you think?
So I'm looking at the goal leaders, and
Yeah.
third is Mikko Rantanen right now, and I kind of
Ooh.
just want to pull for an Avs
The
player. 'cause
dark horse.
Yeah, but the Avs can score goals. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing about Rantanen, the only reason I would imagine he would fall off would be because of injuries, because Colorado always has an issue with either him or McKinnon just getting
Yes,
injured at some
yes, they
point. But you know what? Yeah, just to not be boring, but also because I'm pulling for him, he'll be my dark horse.
He definitely could do it. They've been heating up because remember they started the Avs started
Kinda
slow.
Yeah.
And then they now are top of the league, actually.
Yeah.
So
One thing that's kind of insane: Tyler Toffoli is only 5 goals back from the Rocket Richard.
that's just because of those Vancouver games. I mean, not just because of
Honestly,
that,
yeah.
but
He's been doing some stuff in other, like he scored last night, but
Yeah.
no, the
I
Vancouver
mean, he had
game
friggin'
definitely.
8 goals in. Was it
It's just-
8? It was 8 in like 4 games or something.
In like the first few. Yeah, it was something dumb like that.
Something
Yeah,
stupid. My pick, I'm going to be even more boring. I'm picking Matthews. Because I think the wrist issue, who is leading by 2 right now, but the wrist issue, I believe, has been resolved. I thought I heard Steve Dangle say that on the podcast. I could be very wrong, but I thought I don't know, maybe he had a nice wrist shot and it looks like it's resolved or something. But that's who I think will get it. And a little tidbit of interesting information: Ovechkin, probably the guy that's won it the most in our lifetime, easily, is at 18 goals, 6 behind.
It must have changed since you took notes whenever, because he's at 19 now.
Okay, so we got one more. So we got one in the game where I wasn't watching. I shouldn't have gotten this. I shouldn't have taken my notes at 5 in the afternoon. Okay, on to the Norris. What do you got, Eric? What do you got?
This one's an interesting one.
So this one is an interesting one. I think the guy that everyone's been talking about recently is Adam Fox on the New York Rangers.
Friggin' right.
Yeah, he's having a hell of a season. I know like the guys that are always up there like Hedman. I don't know. Maybe Quinn Hughes. A lot of people pull for him with Vancouver, but
He's been having a
kind of season. But again, Vancouver.
Also, Vancouver right now. That whole situation is just.
Yeah, we're talking about that later, actually.
yeah. But before we get to that, I'll go with Fox. But honestly, I know it's another Avs player, but I would love to see Makar stay healthy and do something, because he's just a phenomenal player to watch.
Yeah, I think both those young guys you just named, I feel like they will win it.
Yeah,
they will win it. One at some point in their career, they will win the Norris.
Yeah.
It'll just depend on. I think it'll depend on the people around them giving them assist points.
True.
My pick. I like that pick. That's my honorable mention pick is Adam Fox, especially if they make it into the playoffs. He'll be a big part of that, I think. But my pick is I'm going with the homer pick. It's Hedman. The dude's a beast. He scored again today. He's just a beast.
Oh, did he really? Sick.
Yeah.
Love that.
He got you some points. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. He's like, I didn't write it down any stats or anything, but he's leading in points in defensemen. I think he's like 1 point back on assists from Fox.
He's got me 311 points in fantasy this year.
Yeah, he's been wrecking. He's been wrecking this year. He's the points leader on the Lightning.
Holy shit.
Let that sink in. On the Lightning.
Really? Holy crap.
Their offense has been But before we get into that, Nick.
Adam Fox. That's what I wrote down. I don't know if he can keep up his pace. It's either him or Tricky Vic.
He's going off.
We all know that it's him or Hedman.
At this point, it's looking like it. Yeah,
so,
I'd say yeah.
I mean, like personally, I wish somebody like Dougie could swoop in and be that guy. But
who?
Dougie Hamilton.
Dougie.
Oh, okay.
He's a good player. Good freaking player. They're oh my god, that's another team that's owning.
Yeah, I think if Fox can keep up his pace, I mean, to your point, I know Hedman's like top.
Beast.
It's him and Fox on 1-2-1 stats. I think this season basically
it is right now.
I don't know.
Except
it's
goals.
probably going to be Hedman, but I would like to see it be Fox just because I like seeing new guys.
It definitely could be.
So speaking of new guys, real quick. Sorry, another guy who I just realized was kind of quietly flying under the radar. Tyson Barrie.
Yeah,
he has 32 points in 38 games played.
He's the quarterback of that power play, so that kind of that'll lend you to getting a bunch of points.
If he ends up getting any consideration, I'm just gonna say abolish the Norris Trophy because he is just a forward in the D position. Like he doesn't do. But I'm gonna be boring and just say Hedman for my.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's gonna be him.
Heddy.
I know this doesn't make the best conversation, but I think it is.
Heddy. Dude, he's Swedish and he's got nice hair.
He does have some gorgeous hair.
He looks like Thor.
He's got
He's
some flow
6
going.
foot-
When he has that
6'6"
full
or
Thor
whatever.
flow going, like it's
He's
nice.
got the beard too. Friggin' what a man. Anyway, on to Vesna, and I'll start off because it's got another homer pick.
We already know who you're gonna pick.
Dude,
It's not even wrong though.
No.
you can't even blame me for this one. It's Vasilevsky. If Vasilevsky doesn't win the Vesna, unless he drops off a cliff in the last 20 or whatever games here, the Vesna is a joke if he doesn't win it this year. Like, what the hell? This one I actually did write down stats. He is 23, 5-1 right now, a 196 goals against average, a 932 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. He's just the best goalie in the league. Like, there's come at me with an argument, please, but there just isn't one.
I mean, if there's anybody, I would say maybe.
I think the only person that's close to him right now, and the person that I
I'm gonna pick to piss me off. Yeah, I knew it.
Grubauer.
Yeah, I was.
Bill Grubauer right now has 23
frickin'
wins,
A.
7 losses, 1 OT win. He's got a 1.76 goals against average, and his save percentage is 929.
Yeah,
So,
he's
I think
higher.
He's
I
right
think
there.
he's second in the league statistically, right behind Vasky.
No, that's a
right
lower
now.
save percentage.
Oh, yep, it is. It's yep. Never mind. I didn't see him on the list. It is
Yeah.
lower, but he has same
I
amount.
believe he's second in the league in stats right now.
He's got
Yeah.
less goals against as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, he's right there. He's right there.
I do think
But,
it's
I
going to
mean,
be Vasilevsky.
I wrote it in my notes. I have Grubauer or Vasi. So
Vasi's won it before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Grubauer has not. I would not be surprised if the stats are the same at the end. I wouldn't be surprised to see him give it to Grubauer just for some new blood.
But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be Vasi. But if you're like looking for an argument
For a new
to
person.
like, have somebody else, I would say Grubauer is probably the
Okay.
other one that's up there.
it's kind of funny though. Like Grubauer's never had this good of a season. Has
I
he?
mean, he was always a backup for the longest time, and then he finally went and kind of got a starting role. Was last year his
I'm
first
pretty
year doing that with Colorado?
Pretty
If
sure.
not, it might have been one more year before that.
I think
but-
it was
and-
2.
and-
Yeah, I think it was 2, Benny.
But he seems to just kind of finally be coming into his own, and I mean, he also is coinciding with Colorado just turning into a powerhouse. So I mean,
Yeah.
that helps too. But yeah, he's looking solid this year.
Nice. Eric?
So I'm gonna be boring. It's Grubauer or Vasi as well. But if I'm gonna
Is
You're gonna
be
go-
a homer.
Varlamov. Yeah, he's having a really good season. The only thing
He
is,
actually
I
is.
realistically I don't think he's unless. All right, so like it's like unless Tampa and Colorado fall off a cliff, that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna
Yeah.
fall.
Dude, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Wait until later until I tell you about today's game.
The one last thing I'll say, the Vasi versus Grubauer is Grubauer 5 shutouts, Vasilevsky 3.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that's worth. I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be what
However they
pushes it across.
decide.
That might be what pushes him just ahead. God
Yeah.
damn it. Okay, yeah, I like those picks. And Varlamov has been doing really well. He's been getting me a bunch of points whenever he
he's
plays. And finally, the easiest one of them all, the Calder race. Oh my God, Nick! Stutzel.
No.
Stützle.
Actually, no.
Are you saying the
I'll
Dallas
go
I'm
guy?
not saying Josh Norris over Kirill Kaprizov. Are
I
you?
am not going
No,
to say
no,
Josh
he's
Norris.
not.
I think Jason Robertson in Dallas.
Yep,
that
he's
kid
going
is
with the
playing
Dallas guy.
fucking good.
He's going off.
Okay.
Yeah, he is second in points.
I
right
mean,
now.
listen, I have them both written here. I don't know. It's either going to be one or the other, right? I mean,
Yeah, probably.
unless Robertson can't keep up his pace that he's doing, he's playing good for being basically a who the fuck is this guy stepping on the ice on his first game to being second in the league statistically for rookies right now.
I will say the one thing that almost always universally gets accounted into it, which I don't know why it does, but it usually is for most like individual awards, is does your team make the playoffs? And it looks like Minnesota's going to, and it looks like
Yes.
Dallas is not going to.
So
But
here's
Dallas is close.
Dallas
is
Dallas
supposed to get
is
taken back.
Did they
next week.
did they
They're-
actually come back a bit?
they're right there. The
That
central
fourth spot's wide
that
open in
fourth
that.
spot's still wide open. And actually,
They were
if
only,
you
like,
look,
6 games back, I think.
each division, that fourth spot is still between like 4 teams.
I'm looking now. Yeah, Dallas is 5 points back with 3 games in
Yeah,
hand.
they're right there. So here's my so Nick's going with Jason, with old Jason, eh? Ben, I already know who you're gonna pick.
Yeah, I'm going with the guy I've just been gushing about all year. So yeah, Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Eric, let's go to you. Let's go to you. What are you thinking?
This is kind of a tough one. I'd probably have to agree with you, Benny, with Kaprizov, but I didn't know the Blackhawks goalie who stepped in for him, Lankinen. He actually is up there.
I just looked that up. I was gonna mention it when it was my turn.
Yeah. But I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean he's 13-10, which is but his save percentage is a .918, and he has a 2.72 goals against. And on a team like Chicago, that's kind of going to be on that like bubble. They might be able to make it in, might not be able to make it in. That's huge.
Yeah, he was the one that really brought them into that conversation because nobody was giving them any credit this year, and he's the one that's kind of giving them a chance at least.
Yeah.
Yep. So that being said, my pick is Josh Norris of the that'd be really awesome. But I think realistically, I'm gonna be boring and go with Kaprizov. But he's fantastic.
He's almost a cheatsy rookie because he's like 24.
Yeah, is he older?
He's like 24. I think.
The Artemi Panarin special.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, seriously, he comes in as a full-grown man going up against these 18-year-olds in the Calder race.
23.
Yeah,
23. To let you guys know, 24 is not a full-grown man. I am 24.
Dude, listen, I turned into a full-grown man this Friday. Don't you know?
Yeah. So he actually he was born 3 days before me.
Oh. Nice.
Wait, 26, is that Annie's birthday?
No, that's my mom.
Oh, well, yeah, they share a birthday.
Cool.
Her and Kirill Kaprizov.
Nice.
There you go.
I'd have to say Kaprizov as well. The dude's insane. Although I could see him giving it to Lankinen if they squeak into the playoffs. But
yes.
We'll have to wait and see.
That's the one thing. It'll depend on. Sorry, that was really gross.
Oh my god,
that was really gross. I'm sorry. But I was gonna say it'll depend on. It'll depend on how Chicago finishes. Sorry.
Wait, guys, serious question. When's the last time a goalie's won the Calder Trophy? Because that's a little weird, right?
That's a Google right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, typically a rookie's not going to step in and play great.
And not in goal. Not in goal.
Calder
Ed Belfour.
Really?
Damn.
No.
No, Steve Mason in 2009.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Okay. So
Google did not listen to what I asked.
Steve Mason in 2009, and then Andrew Raycroft in 2004. So I guess if you are a goalie who wins the Calder, it's the kiss of death.
Mason was with Philly, right?
What's that?
Was Mason with Philly?
Mason.
I think it was
with Nashville.
His Columbus season.
Columbus.
No, he finished off with Columbus. Where did he start?
I have no idea.
I thought it was Nashville. Or maybe I'm wrong. I know he was on Nashville at one point.
He kind of made the rounds for a bit there. Anyway. He started with where's the stats? Could you what? Oh yeah, Columbus.
Oh, okay. All right. So real quick, this is going to be a quick one. How funny was the Erik Karlsson press conference?
The one with the apple.
Are you talking about the one that the guy said to him, "Hey Eric, is this your best offensive game?"
Yep.
No.
Did we talk about this last week? No, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. It hadn't happened.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels like it because I think it happened Monday. So it feels like it's been forever because it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Erik Karlsson goes after he played a game against Minnesota. He got 2 goals in regulation and then scored a clap on the
boomer of a slap shot
on the shootout to win. And one of the press guys asked if it was his best offensive game ever, which I think he might have been joking. I think he might have been trying to go for a joke. It wasn't a good one because it just made him sound.
This is Karlsson. No.
No, he
I
didn't.
also-
He was just like, not even close.
Yeah.
And then jump.
It makes me
Oh,
wonder,
wow.
like with the Zoom interview situation, like if it was him trying to go for a joke, maybe if we were in a like person in like an in-person interview
could actually
situation,
tell.
you might be able to like see his face a little more. You might be able to get a better idea of like who the hell knows, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
was,
have you watched Erik Karlsson at all before you got to San
Seriously, did you
Jose? Like,
yeah, he was a monster in Ottawa.
like in that conference final run in 2017, was it?
Yeah,
In that
it was.
run alone, you could probably choose like 2 or 3 games that he
Yeah.
was a better offensive presence.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, an interesting question.
It was a fun press conference though. It was funny.
It was funny. Maybe
I
So
think the
I
best part
was-
of it was him just sitting there with his apple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did
It's
not
like
give a fuck.
nonchalantly.
he didn't care.
probably one of the first times an Apple was in a post game interview. I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I was Mike. I was kind of talking to you about this, so it's kind of funny. Like when a reporter asked that question, I don't know, like if this reporter's been around for a while, but
That's what I was thinking.
so here's the other thing, right? When you think of Erik Karlsson, right? We all grew up watching him in Ottawa, like wreaking havoc. But that guy, like, when's the last time? Considering like this guy's asking, "Oh, is this your best offensive game?" Like, it's been quite a while since Erik Karlsson's had
And it was also
amazing offensive game.
Yeah.
it
So
was
if
also
this-
likely a local San Jose team reporter.
Yeah.
So if he like just got into the scene, maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't. Maybe he doesn't know because that is because this was Carlson's best offensive game
In
with
some
the
time.
Sharks.
In some,
Yeah.
At
I
least
don't- I
with the
don't-
Sharks.
I don't
He's
know
been
if
with
he's-
the Sharks for what, 4 years now?
Is it his 4th year?
No, because he was
thought
for
it
that
was
cup
third.
run in 2017. He was on the Sens, so it can't be 4 years.
That would have been
And then he
16,
left
17,
right after.
then 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. This is his 4th year, I think.
Oh, okay.
yeah, wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It was.
Anyway.
It was. It was
pretty funny.
It was funny.
Yeah. It was really fun.
All right, the Canucks have been decimated, the most
Yeah.
decimated we've seen since the Dallas Stars.
Yeah. It's I think I read this correctly. They allowed them to have a morning skate the morning after a couple of them tested positive.
I didn't know that.
That's a good idea.
What are you doing here? Like
Yeah, that was probably not the best idea. So the current count is 14 players and one
yikes.
coach on the protocol list, and they cannot return to practice until the 6th, this Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Tuesday.
I think that's optimistic.
Yeah, that's
I
like
think that's really
that's the closest one, and they're probably going to return without some players.
Oh yeah, it'll likely just be smaller groups practicing at first. It's
so yeah,
gonna get to
they're-
the point where it's like, I doubt they'll get 56 games in.
Not at this point. Not at this
Yeah,
point. They
which
were
is-
way ahead on games on a lot of the
Yeah.
people or actually on everyone, but with the point that we're at now, it's going to be hard for them to get all their games in when they're about to miss probably a week plus at least.
Yeah.
So it's going to make it harder on them to make the playoffs, which sucks because they were on a heater and
Yeah.
they were looking good to probably really make a good challenge for that 4th spot.
Yeah.
So I
And
guess
now we
that's
gotta
good for
settle
you,
with
Ben.
fucking- now we got to settle with possibly friggin' the Canadians. Or
I still-
Calgary, who fucking is a
Just
dumpster
gotta-
player.
Yeah, I don't know
they
what
are.
they're doing, but
I
yeah,
still
you
like
just gotta
Ottawa.
hope for the best for all the guys in terms of hopefully there's no long-term effects coming out of all this. And I know fairly certain Travis Hamonic is one of the guys that's down with the sickness, that's infected, and one of the reasons why he didn't do the bubble was because he has a immunocompromised daughter. So I would imagine he's probably not able to see his family right now. So like, there's just all kinds of bad around that. So just
Yeah.
hoping for the best for everybody involved there. And actually, Flames are up 2-1 right now. Nick, sorry.
Okay.
But hoping for the best for Vancouver, and hopefully they'll be able to at least get back and play some games, which I'm sure they'll get back and play some games. But I just have a really hard time seeing them getting 56 games in at this point with how long it's probably going to take to get back from this.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
because they're realistically not going to be playing another game till next week, right?
At least.
Yeah, I would
At
be
least.
surprised if they play it all this week.
And if they do, it's going to be with like a heavily
They're going to be using the Utica Comets.
Yeah, they won't be able to use the Utica Comets. That's the thing.
What?
They'll have to quarantine them.
I think they're playing, if I remember correctly, I think they're just playing in Canada this year.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Because of that whole situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, so even if they get to play, it's going to be with a young
if
lineup.
the Comets were playing, we would have probably went over and watched the game.
I'd have been down.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll from the Canucks situation right into the North Division, gentlemen.
The North Division.
Right into the North. So current standings, we got Toronto up atop. We've got Winnipeg and Edmonton 4 points behind them. Montreal in that fourth spot at 41 points, and then Vancouver and Calgary are at 35 points, 6 points behind.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the current standings. Ben, how have the Canadians been doing?
I was really happy with how they came out of the whole layoff they had because of the COVID tests. With the Monday game against Edmonton, or was it Monday? I don't know. Earlier this week game against Edmonton, and then the Thursday game against Ottawa. Both of those games were really, really dominant performances. They just they played well the whole game through. Like there was nothing to complain about. It was fine. And then last night, I admittedly didn't.
They ran into Nick Sens.
Yeah, I admittedly didn't.
Powerhouse.
Which they had beaten they had handily beaten them on Thursday and looked great doing it. And then last night, from what I saw, at least the third period, there was just nothing going. And then I went back and looked some of the stuff from the earlier periods after I got home because I went out to dinner with family for Easter. They just forgot how to play defense for a couple periods anyway. I mean, it was probably Jeff Petry's worst game of this season, which if you're the Canadians and Jeff Petry has a bad game, you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
That's just, he is there's no argument against him being the Canadians' best defenseman now. He just is.
Yeah.
He's taken that spot. That's
USA.
That's it. And if he isn't on, you're probably not going to win. But the nice thing is we get a nice Eric Stahl in this Monday game. They're confirmed he's going to be in for the Monday game against Edmonton, and they've played Edmonton really well all season except for one game. So hoping for the best there. And the real nice thing is they only have 3 games against the Sens left, so they
can only lose 3 more games.
They can only lose 3 more games to the Sens. And with Calgary being up 2-1 on Toronto right now, even if they win tonight, that'll put them 4 points behind the Habs, but that'll still be with the Habs having 5 games in hand.
Yeah.
So, and then Vancouver's the other team, and they're just not playing right now.
They won't be.
So they're in an okay spot. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that I'm that sad about how the Habs played this week, because like I said, the first 2 of the 3 games were great. They looked great. And I'm hoping we can just chalk this Saturday game up to just being it's a shitty game.
Nope.
I mean,
nope.
The Sens their Sens are coming for that playoff spot.
The Sens are coming for that last spot, I bet.
They're coming for it.
If the Sens keep playing Anton Forsberg, they're going to get in.
They want it.
11 points is a lot to make up with the Habs having 4 games in hand, but if they do, I'll be very impressed.
I want a Senators jersey.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see Stahl come in and do some fun stuff. And
That would be nice.
But that's all I have to say about the Habs. I was just mostly okay with how they were this week, and then last night was a little annoying. But
yeah. Nick, how are you feeling about the Sens currently?
I mean, they're still stuck playing. They're 4 and 5 goalies, or 3 and 4. Yeah, 4 and 5 goalies right now.
Oh, jeez.
Because they played Gustafsson against the Canadians, the bad loss.
Yeah.
4-1 on Thursday?
Yeah.
And then they played Forsberg Saturday. Haha.
God, Jake Allen deserved a shutout that first game.
It's funny because like Dadonov is playing he's playing really good, and
Yeah.
it's surprising. I didn't like he's been playing pretty good all season long, but yeah, some of the young guys are finally starting to turn it on too. Besides like
Besides the big ones,
the normal ones, yeah. Like what Alex Formetin, I think his name is. He's playing pretty good recently too.
nice. This is why
It's promising. I'd like them to get their goalie situation figured out. It's like if they play good the rest of the season, then just fucking get Murray out of there. Because
I was gonna say, like, I don't know if it's really Murray being out is a thing to complain about because it seems to have only been getting better since he's
that's
been.
very true. That's very true. Friggin' Murray, yeah. You know, I thought
he'll
that
come back and be Matt Murray of what 2010 or whatever.
2010. No, was he playing in 2010?
Oh, Jesus Christ, 2015, 2016.
It was 16, 17 were the back-to-backs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd
I
be
forgot
dude,
he's only like 23.
Yeah, and he's already just plummeted. If he gets back to that form, I am excited. I'm excited to buy my Sens jersey.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't a lot to get overly excited about because they dropped 2 games and then they beat the Canadians. Like they're playing good. They're playing like they should be. They're not.
They're where they should
like
be.
we talked about at the beginning. They're not bottom. They're not basement bottom of the league team anymore.
Right.
But like they
ain't up
playing
top.
okay.
They're finding ways to like stay in most games, and like I think that's all you can really hope for out of like a team that's in the spot that they're in. Like they weren't
it's a
expecting.
development year. It's not like there's a lot of there shouldn't be any expectation on this team. So
Yeah.
There are certain teams you expect a certain amount from certain teams, and like they should be at a certain place. I think the Sens are right where they should be. Calgary is well underneath where they should be.
Like, I don't know what it is about that team. They are literally Toronto West. I mean, Toronto seems to actually have figured out what they're doing.
They're the old Toronto West.
But, like, just there's so much there, and they just can't figure it out. Like, year after year, they can't figure it out, and I don't get it. I mean, somebody from that group is leaving at the end of this season.
I think Gaudreau gets dealt at the deadline.
I don't know if,
but who do you pick from? Like you're not getting rid of Kachuk. You're not getting rid of Lindholm because he's your number 1 center at this point.
Those two are the future.
Who is it, John Monahan or is it Johnny Gaudreau?
Monahan it's Monahan or Gaudreau. I don't know if do they get rid of? They're not out of a playoff spot. They're sucking balls, but they're not out. They're still in the hunt for that playoff spot. I know the Habs have a bunch of games in hand, but they're still in the hunt. Do they really get rid of one of their best pieces just because they don't think they're going to make it?
No.
I don't know. It depends. I mean, it depends on what you get offered, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't. Yeah, I would expect that it's probably going to be at the end of the season kind of move, just because I don't see how any team is going to be able to take on like those kind of contracts in a move like at the deadline, because that's a trade that you have to, with the salaries that are going to be going back and forth. That's a trade that takes a lot of figuring out and rejiggering and like making sure the money works there. I see that being more of a end of the season thing, but somebody's going. If this season stays as it is, they have 18 games left. Unless
we are close to the end.
They have 18 games left. They have a .461 points percentage right now.
See, Mike, I disagree with you. You said Monahan. Monahan's a center. I don't see them getting rid of Monahan.
Well, he's one of their big guys that doesn't do anything.
That's
the only reason I said it.
Why
would you get? Centers are
that's the problem.
Centers are
they're few and far between, but good ones anyway.
What happened?
Valuable. That's it.
So, like
he just had that one. He had like 3 good seasons in a row, I think, and then it's just been kind of I
think it's only been like a couple of years of though, and like he strikes me as somebody that he's definitely young enough where if he just gets to the right.
He also drops dead in the playoffs.
There is that. There's no really arguing against that. He doesn't really do anything.
He just
don't they have a defenseman there too that's really good?
Ekholm. A lot of people have been talking about. Oh wait, that's
Nashville.
Nashville. Yeah.
Hannafin? Are you talking about Hannafin?
He's in.
I can't remember.
Carolina, isn't he?
Oh, Giordano. Or for
Yeah,
Calgary.
Giordano's
Giordano.
that big old
Yeah,
guy.
he's
and
the
then
captain.
The guy they brought
He's
in.
still good though.
Yeah.
The guy they brought in over the summer that was supposed to be the big investment was Chris
The goalie.
Tanev. Well, yes.
Oh,
Mark
Chris
Tanev.
Tanev. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Tanev.
Yep.
Chris
the
Tanev was
defenseman.
the other big one. But I'm looking at Goudreau right now.
Wasn't there didn't a Tanev
Gaudreau
go to
statistically
Pittsburgh?
isn't having that bad of a
Yes.
season,
Is that a different
but
one?
he's just like
Yes.
not as good as
Okay.
he should be.
Who?
Goudreau.
Oh, yeah. Right now he's got 13 goals and 14 assists for 27 points in
See, like-
38 games.
Like that's not even that bad, but it's just
The
you
thing
want
is,
more.
the thing that screwed him over is in 2017-18 in 80 games he had 84 points, and in 2018-19 in 82 games he had 99 points.
Yep.
And then so as soon as you do that,
Your
everybody's like, all right, so
expectation-
you're doing that every year now, right?
Expectation is point per
Which
game at
is
least.
admittedly probably not a fair expectation
Yeah.
at all times. Like a 99-point season is a hard thing to do in today's NHL. But you could probably expect him. It probably would be fair to expect him to do better than 58 in 70 games that he had last year, and 27 in 38.
You
which
want him
he's
to be
got.
closer to a point per game than that.
What is his? I'm trying to find his playoff stats because that's what's.
Who do you think? So of
Yeah.
okay, so of these teams, do you see any trade possibilities? Eric, I'll go to you for this one. Do you see any teams that might want to pick something up and like where they could possibly pick it up from?
From Calgary specifically.
In Calgary, just in the Canadian division, really.
Jeez. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Yeah, it's a
know,
it's a broad question.
Yeah, I kind of
sure.
think. I think it comes back to the whole thing, like Calgary, right? Are we going to make a playoff push, or is it just rebuild time? Not rebuild time, but like, are we going to like
Retool.
try to get rid of retool? Yeah, exactly.
They have 8 days to make that decision.
Yeah, the trade
Yeah,
deadline's coming up.
Let's see. I don't like. Could the I don't know. The Maple Leafs are one of those teams where like they strike me as if like they would just like, hey Calgary, we'll give you this. What will you give us in return? For the playoffs. So maybe something weird like that could happen.
How don't they have enough though? Like that's the thing.
Toronto?
Like everybody's saying like Toronto's
I
adding
don't know.
forwards, where I'm like,
Why?
maybe I could understand like a goalie or a defenseman for Toronto, but all the people who are saying they're going to add a forward, I'm like, if you're
Exactly.
paying
Yeah.
4 forwards $40 million combined, there is no reason you should be
Yeah.
going anywhere near a forward right now. What's the point?
Yeah.
They also have everything they need on the forward spot.
Yeah, like I'm
I
just
think,
like everybody out here saying that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what's the point in having all these guys if that's not going to be enough? Then I don't know, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ben. But I'm just saying it's Toronto, so
who knows? Yeah,
Wouldn't
they
be
might.
surprised.
If
Wouldn't be
they-
surprised.
that's
I mean,
more so. I was
If
trying to-
Toronto's in a
Yeah, I'd
position,
love it if they
Toronto's
just get
in
a
their
forward
best
and
position.
no goalie defenseman.
Toronto's in their best position ever to finally go after
Win
the
a
cup.
series.
So
Yeah.
would it
yeah, just one
shock
series.
me to see them go after another forward with the potential of Simmons or Thornton going down again? Maybe, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I just think their glaring need is goalie or defenseman.
Oh yeah,
I'd say
we
D.
all know that.
I'd say D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, goalie too. All right, so that's enough time on you Canadians up there. We're gonna go to the East, Eric. We're gonna go to the East, where your
Okay.
Islanders right now sit atop the division, tied with Washington, 52 points.
Are they?
I think.
I think Washington.
Something changed. Washington probably won and jumped ahead because that's how
Yeah.
things work for
Yep.
me when I prepare.
They won 5. They beat the Devils 5-4 with only 19 shots on goal. Yikes.
Wow, who's in that freaking A?
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah.
yes, the East is again kind of unchanged. Was it still Pittsburgh? No, sorry, it's still Washington, the Isles, Pittsburgh, and the Bruins.
Looking-
Oh yeah.
Oh no, please keep going.
Yeah. So, other than the Caps win, the Caps and the Isles had a huge game this week. It was kind of one of those games where it's like, all right, a potential playoff matchup, and the Islanders won 8-4. That was a wild game.
It's barn
Matt
burner.
Barzell got a hat trick. Eberle scored 2 goals. Josh Bailey scored a goal, and somebody else scored a goal. Who scored it?
That's a player who needs to be better.
Who?
Jordan Eberle.
He's been having a great season. Over the past few seasons, they've definitely been like really critical about his play. But
Did you guys
he's having a very good season? Yeah.
Did you guys see all 3 of Barzell's goals? What the shit?
That's the other thing, boys.
That
What did he
was the most beautiful hat trick I've ever seen. Every goal he got was legit.
So,
The one goal he deked through like 4 of the 5 dudes on the ice, scored it. I can't remember the second one, but the last goal he batted in out of the air.
Yep.
And what was the second goal?
The second goal was a weird broken play where Samsonov or someone came way too far out of their net, and I think Eberle passed it through the crease, and Samsonov was trying to like get back to his post, and he just overcommitted. But Barzal like didn't see the net. He just he just spun off of a defenseman and shot it. And, like,
it was a no look spinner.
He pretty much put it right in the middle of the net. The goalie was just so far out of position, but still, like, he got it on net from. It was the
sickest hat trick I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like every goal was sweet, which most of the time you'll see one, like it'll just be like a one timer, or which are nice, but like every goal was like a really nice like individual effort.
Yes. And to answer Nick's question, by the way, Jordan Eberle is second on the Isles in points with 25, and he is tied for first with 13 goals. So he is having a much better season. Yeah.
With Barzal now?
Yes, with Barzal.
Yeah.
That's.
Wow, we just copied each other. Look at that. Great minds think alike.
You go, bud. Sorry.
No, so we got Boston is in that 4th spot. Every division right now is set up the same way. There's 3 teams at the top, pretty solidified up there, and then there's the next 4 or 5 teams are right in the running for that 4th spot. So right now really it's just 3 in the East. The 3 teams in the running are Boston, Philly, and New York. Boston's currently in the 4th spot with 43 points, and then Philly with 39, and New York Rangers with 39. That 3rd spot is Pittsburgh. I don't see Philly getting it.
Nope.
Not with a negative 23 goals differential.
Yeah, a lot of the issue people are saying is
that 2 games that they got blown.
That's also why the Rangers have a positive one.
That's true. Yeah,
because the Rangers did it to him both times. Yeah.
I forgot about those.
A lot of the
but still, like, regardless of those 2 games, Carter Hart has not been playing good.
Ooh, he has not.
Yep, that's the issue there. Cat a hat, not having such a hot
Didn't
time.
Marchand have a hattie again last night?
He did. Was it last night or was it the night? One of the other games. I think it was one of the other games. But yeah, the East is still kind of how you would expect. I really didn't think Pittsburgh. I did not think
they were going to be in this strong a position. Granted,
they're solidified in that.
They have 4 games in hand on Boston, so it wouldn't shock me if Boston maybe catches them. But still, like, yeah, they're so much further.
So
ahead
what
of
you mean? Boston has 4 games in hand?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah, they could definitely, and it's Boston. So
out of any of those teams, I see the Rangers making a move for someone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're buyers, and because it's the
now
Rangers.
Now that they're sneakily getting good again, or getting good right now, like, you can only ride the back of Zibanejad and Kreider for so long, and Kreider's not that. Like, Kreider's good.
Don't forget about Breadman.
The one thing with the Rangers, the Breadman, Panarin.
Don't forget about the Breadman, Panarin. Panera Bread. And also the Rangers are rich, so they have the money for it.
Freaking New York.
The one thing with them is they have been pretty cautious and like well thought out with a lot of their moves as they've done this rebuild. I don't know if I see them going all out,
going for broke
this year, just because I think they kind of know that, like, yes, they've been doing some things this year, but like it's not like they're kind of in a similar position to the Habs where like they're both going in the right direction, but I don't see them thinking that this is going to be like the Stanley Cup year.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good point.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Who knows?
like the moves at the deadline last year for the Lightning. That was their like third year in a row of it being their year. They were
Right.
like,
So they were just like,
gosh
"Fuck
darn
this."
it, we're doing it, we're doing it this year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were just like, all right, we're fucking tired of this, so we're just gonna use all of the draft picks and all of the like
Yeah,
we're
they
just
don't have a lot of picks for a
making
while.
fucking sure.
We're
don't
gonna
have-
fucking fire sale this bitch, and we're gonna win it.
Yeah. Oh, you guys want to move on to the Central?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So Tampa Bay and Florida are in the top of the Central Division and the top of the league, as far as I know. It could be wrong. They were tied with Colorado last I checked. I don't know if any of them
Florida's
played.
above Colorado.
They are now? They must have won
they're
today.
at 56. Yeah, they're at 56. Colorado
Yep.
and Tampa are at 54.
54. Yep. So they're up there. Which is look at that.
Florida, that's still weird.
Florida
That's
coming
still
in.
weird.
Florida's got the teams this year, boys.
Guys, who would have thought that we'd see another team in first other than Tampa at any given moment?
That is
in this division. Like just at any moment, not like, oh god, that's insane.
I sure frickin' didn't.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I would not have guessed Florida that's
Of
for
all
sure.
of them, yeah.
No.
Oh,
I
they
also
were
like
like,
know that
they were-
Florida might be dealing one of their goalies.
I
Is it
mean, wouldn't
Bobrovsky?
shock me.
They
They're not
can't.
gonna
They can't
find
get.
him.
They can't get rid of him. He's just on the
No.
payroll.
I think they're just gonna cross all their fingers, their toes, and every part of their body that Seattle will take him.
Yeah,
Although I
really?
think he has a no move.
He
And maybe
he
they might be able
probably
to get
does.
him to waive it.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, if they just don't play him, if they just don't play him, if like just let me go to Seattle then.
Well, the thing is,
Start my
they're
own
probably
franchise.
Seattle. Like the way like the expansion rules are set up, they're going to be just about as good as they were for Vegas. They're probably going to be a halfway decent
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
I think they're going to be better.
You think they're
I
gonna
think
be
they're
better?
going to be a way more talented team than Vegas was.
If they leverage this situation correctly, they might be able to, because there's going to be a lot of teams
There's
that
gonna be a
are
lot
just
of
going
Because they're going to
players.
pick up a guy like Tyler Johnson, like
They're-
who is good.
There is that.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of teams that are just going to be getting rid of guys that are just good, that just they make too much money.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see a lot of GMs that go like, "Hey, listen, we need you to take this guy. We're going to
Yeah.
keep him unprotected. We need you to take him."
We'll give you like a second or a first rounder to just take this guy.
And they'll just be like, okay,
Like
sounds good.
last time around, Columbus gave them a first to take William Karlsson.
Oh.
Florida gave Florida. This is even worse. Florida gave them
Marchessault.
Riley Smith and a pick to take Marchessault.
Florida outfitted their team.
Florida
Holy
gave them 2/3 of one of their top line.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that
no-
was in a situation where everybody was fine and the salary cap was projected to just keep going up.
yeah.
Right now, if Seattle, if Ron Francis, is that who's their GM? I think it is.
No idea.
If whoever it is doesn't leverage the hell out of this situation right now, they're dumb. Because like,
Oh,
I-
yeah, they're going to. They're
They will.
100%
They
going
will.
to.
yeah,
I'm
If-
excited.
If us schmucks can think of this, then he can think of that.
Us schmucks.
I don't know. NHL GMs sometimes find ways to
Welcome.
make us feel
It
real.
really, it's going to depend on how financially strapped Seattle is going in. Like, what do they
Yeah,
have
that's true.
financially? 'Cause,
They're
like,
fine from what I know.
A team
You think
like,
so?
like the Senators are not a financially set team. Like, they are not in a good spot ever, right?
They
but they're
haven't been
still
for a
able to
while.
do what they do. So it's really going to depend on what they have going into this, right?
From what I know, Seattle's fine. Jerry Bruckheimer is one of their owners, I think, and he's like big famous movie man maker.
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
big famous movie producer.
Yeah,
Big famous movie man.
yeah. They got, from what I know, they have plenty of money. I don't think that's going to be an issue. But who knows? That'll be interesting to see. I keep forgetting, that always keeps slipping my mind that that's also like just a few months away.
Yeah,
Yo,
oh,
I
it's
s- I-
July.
I low key
July.
want to go get like some Seattle gear. That
I
shit
want
looks
that
cool.
jersey.
I'm
I would
almost.
want that jersey.
I'm almost. It's probably like 80%. I'm gonna be getting one of those with whatever player they take from the Bolts.
See, it's gonna
Soon.
depend on who they take from the Habs, because like I was thinking the same thing with Vegas last time around, but then they took Yemelin and then immediately traded him. But even then, I was like, they did the Habs the biggest favor because they took
Yeah.
that was a badass,
Yeah,
that was
really.
a bad contract, and you just wasn't a good player. But it'll be
Here,
interesting.
plot twist: Seattle takes Matt Murray.
Oh, plot twist. That's that's a good
I
plot
hope
twist.
so. I hope so for you, Nick. I don't think they're going to, with all the goalies that are probably going to be available in all of this.
Yeah, really,
No, I'm just kidding.
really.
Imagine if
I am honestly though. I'm a little nervous for what's going to happen with Ottawa with that, because they got some young rookies that.
They got a lot of people to protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the protection rules either. Like, I'm sure they're going to be able to protect all the studs that they have. Hopefully, I just don't remember.
Well, the thing
how-
with
It's
entry level
8?
guys,
Is it
I
8
think I'm
skaters?
fairly certain. I don't remember the exact like game count, but with like guys who are young on the younger side, there's like a game threshold you have to pass before you're even eligible to be taken or protected. So like
like a
most
total
of your
game.
most of your young guys will probably be fine. The
I wonder what
one
it is.
I think like the
Kachuk.
one that would be a risk would be Shabbat.
I
maybe?
think Shabbat and Kachuk are the only two that
But
would be up.
those two are just going to be guys you're going to
They'd be protected anyway.
Yeah, like
If you're not protecting them, what
that's
you,
the thing.
you,
Like, I
you
don't-
belong on our
I don't
Schmucks
see-
Corner
I don't
show.
Yeah, I don't see like, I mean, there's not that many players on Ottawa
Yeah,
that you're going to need to protect, I don't think, because most of the guys that would be worried about losing are just going to be too young to have even made the threshold to be taken anyway.
Yeah.
So you should be pretty safe.
yeah. So now that we've talked a little about the expansion draft, let's get back to the Central Division.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tampa and Florida in first, Carolina not too far behind. Florida in first, Tampa right behind them, and then Carolina right behind them. And then just like all the other divisions, the fourth spot is up for grabs: Nashville, Chicago, Dallas, and Columbus. Nashville currently occupies it. Nashville's been doing good. They've been doing good, and I think that's who the Lightning plays next. So
Ooh.
The only
That's-
saving
scary.
grace, like I said at the beginning, is Dallas is getting Sagan back here soon. He was skating with the team the other day, I believe. The only problem is they still are without Bishop and have no timetable when he's coming back, and they need him back, I think, personally. Like, Kudobin's been playing okay, but he's clearly not a number one goalie.
he's not.
To
That's not what he's
play-
supposed to be. Yeah.
He's a 1A, 1B style goalie, not
the
a
B?
not a one.
Nick,
Right.
what about Ettinger, Ottinger? whatever.
Ottinger?
He's been playing okay. He's been playing okay.
He's been playing all right, but that's a young dude. Again,
Yeah.
not a
I
starter.
mean, would you rather have Ben Bishop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big
Well,
Benny
yeah, healthy
Bish.
Ben Bishop.
Hell
Healthy
yeah.
Ben Bish. Yeah.
Untorn scrot Ben Bish. That's who you want.
Oh.
Jesus, all this time off,
Ah.
better fucking fix that. For him.
He's gonna come back and
You're
blow
not gonna
balls.
get any more time off.
So today, gentlemen, I'm gonna go over the Lightning's game today real quick. They won yesterday against Detroit, 2-1. What the hell?
They're
happened
just
today,
it's
dude?
the same thing with them as the Habs with the
Very
Senators.
similar. Very similar. They seem to play down to their opponent. And today they lost a nice tidy 5-1 versus Detroit.
Shit.
Now you might be
How?
thinking,
McElhaney.
how?
McElhaney.
It's
Oh, you
not.
knew what you were saying.
It's not McElhaney, but it is a goalie. Some goalie by the name of Chris Gibson. Who? Who is Chris Gibson? And why is he in the goal, letting goals in? Son of a. So I think what's happening is the Bolts have seen that McElhaney is not good, at least not playing good, and
I
they're
love how you just said that. Is not good.
they see that he's not playing well, and so they're shopping around they're looking places trying to find a new backup. This is not the guy.
All right, I've found a little background on
Let's
Chris
hear
Gibson.
it. Let's hear it about this
Did he play for
bastard.
the Isles? Did he play for the Isles at one
He
point?
did at one point.
Yes, it is that Gibson. No way.
He's Finnish and is named Chris Gibson, which
This sounds American.
it's the most American sounding Finn I've ever heard of. But he is
Chris
28
with a
years old.
K.
He is 28 years old and has played 15 games all time in his career in the NHL. He's been an AHL guy.
Oh yeah.
In this one game he played today, he came out of it with a 4.41 GAA and a 7.65 save percentage.
Those are some killer stats.
All time, his record in those 15 games, this won't all add up because he probably came in some partway through, but in starting games, he has 3 wins, 5 losses, and 3 overtime losses while having a 3.52 goals against average and an 8.98 save percentage. So I don't think he's your guy, though. No, I think you're right, Mike.
Why is he playing?
I mean, everybody's just kind of using the goalies they got right now. Like, it's just kind of everywhere that's happening.
The Lightning lost when they outshot them. They lost by 4 goals while outshooting them 28-17.
Yikes. He let in 5 on 17.
Grice played really well. The fifth one was empty net.
They pulled their goalie with 3 goals. I mean, I guess
it was 4-1, and yeah, I don't really know. I would have just taken it, but I don't know. But Grice had a really good game. Obviously, 1 goal on 28 shots.
Detroit. I'm curious.
Oh, jeez, I don't even remember. I didn't even look. I didn't want to.
Bring it up.
Player 1.
It was probably Adam Ernie because he always scores against the Lightning against his old team.
They're also kind of in the same spot as Ottawa in the sense that like they're not doing awesome, but like for a team for a team that's kind of down near the bottom, like they're not complete ass this year.
Okay, so here are the goals. It was Dylan Larkin. So that's one you expect. Valtteri Filppula.
Oh, hey.
Oh, assisted by Nemesnikov. So double shot to the ball sack there. Michael Rasmussen.
I've heard of him.
I haven't.
I feel like he just went there from somewhere.
Probably. Anyway. Mark Stahl and Darren Helm.
Darren Helm.
Mark Stahl? Mark Stahl.
Yeah. Mark Stahl.
Yeah, he went there before this
Mark
year
Stahl's
in
there,
a trade because they needed
Stahl.
But yeah, so the Lightning have not been playing very well as of late, and I would like them to pick it up. Their offensive production has been shite, and I don't know why.
Woe is you, second in your division. No.
Listen, this team is a destroyer of worlds, and they need to destroy worlds.
Listen, they'll get there right after time till the cup final, or till you get to the playoffs, and then you get fucking your boy back.
Cooch!
And then they get to play $15 million over the cap just because of some fucking loophole.
That's right. Smart people use the loopholes, Nick.
Because he's just going to magically be 100% ready right as soon as they're rolling
He's skating right
playoffs.
now. He's getting back from his surgery right now. He's taking his time because they don't want another injury
until the end of the regular season.
They don't want him to re-injure himself, Ben.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
In terms of like NHL salary cap shenanigans, that's so far down the list of like blatant dumb shit. Like I don't even fucking care.
It is. Listen,
it's okay. They're just gonna be fucked next year.
You would want your teams to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're in the same situation. Next year's gonna be the same as this year, or not this year, but
the only reason they got around it this year was just because Kucherov was hurt, and they just
same as IR. It's gonna be another.
I think he was hurt, Nick. Don't give me the air quotes.
Oh, he was hurt. He was hurt. He wouldn't. It's Kucherov.
You figure out how to trade around Nikita Kucherov if he's actually healthy. You're not going to sit Nikita Kucherov.
Although it's been working, man. Like they're still second in the division.
Yeah.
Think about that, dude. Think about when that guy comes back. You guys are boned.
Watch like he comes back and they just lose
balls.
like 10 straight or something.
I would be so mad.
Brian said to me today, he's like, I'm going to really, or maybe it was earlier this weekend. He's like, he does not like the way the divisions are set up. He's like, I'm so sick of playing Tampa all the time. I'm like, I understand why. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little bit cheatsy.
It's just for this year.
Yeah.
Just
because then I quote Mike Campbell, they are a destroyer of worlds.
They're very good. They're very good.
Are. Gosh. All right, let's move on to the West where none of us care. about anything.
Yeah,
Colorado.
breeze over this one quick.
Colorado is up top.
Which, yeah,
So
Yeah.
I was just looking at the West
Good
Division.
talk.
Spots what? 3, 4, and 5 are up for grabs.
3. Minnesota's pretty handily in third.
they've
Oh, okay.
they've
But
really kind of
that fourth
established
spot is there.
themselves.
Minnesota's
It's
up
very
there.
close.
Yeah.
Again, just like all the other ones, it's very, very close for those.
What
teams.
is St. Louis doing?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I haven't been paying attention to the West. Wow, what is St.
They've been-
Louis doing?
You want to know?
They let Arizona pass them? Come on.
I think
I
I
have
know
an
your
answer.
answer. I think I know it.
They signing Jordan Bennington to a
Yeah.
stupid contract and then absolutely sucking.
Where is he
otherwise.
at now? I'm curious.
904 save percentage, 2.79 goals against.
Ooh, man,
Poopy.
bro, I just don't understand giving a guy that contract after
After he was not been doing well.
he's had 40 good game. He had a 40 game.
And he's a friggin' head
I don't
case.
fucking- you know what I mean?
Yeah, now he's like he needs to take a break and go to talk to somebody, like a
I-
professional.
Because
Guys,
he's been rough.
there's
But he's been doing this year too. Yeah, it's just I don't know.
there's this weird thing happening. I was just thinking about this, Ben, when you said the a goalie winning the Calder Trophy is the kiss of death. What is it with goalies coming in like Matt Murray and Jordan Bennington, winning a cup immediately, and then just like forgetting how to play hockey?
They instantly have massive expectation because like they're gonna. Yeah. I see that.
Goalies, the position is just like
weird.
there's so much weird shit with that position, and it's also so much a mental position.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah.
like if you have
That's
a
true.
stretch of like 3 really bad games where you get lit up, it's gonna just kind of just build and build and build and build because I don't know. He's got to figure like that's especially with the contract they just signed though. That's one you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna be knocking down your door to take a $6 million goalie that's not doing shit.
Yep.
Like that's
But you
one
can't
you're
give
gonna have.
goalies.
6, right?
Can't.
What's that?
It was a 6x6, I believe.
6x6.
Yeah,
See, like, yeah, I agree. Nobody is going to come knocking on a contract like
Habs
that.
are
Unless
figuring that
something
situation out very well.
changes financially. Unless you see something weird financially change in the league where like goalies are now signing like $10 million deals per year consistently,
I think that's gonna happen.
and they're going to be like, "Oh, this is a
Shouldn't.
cheap goalie." But
That's true.
It's not going to happen.
There's only
I
two.
think Carey Price and Sergei Bobrovsky together kind of ruined that. For
They've
every goal.
yeah. All the goalies are like, you sons of bitches.
They
The
signed
first two
those
goalies
and
to
Yeah,
see
they're
Immediately
probably
became
thinking now they're like,
They
"It's you
ruined
two
it.
jokers. We're never going to be able to make that much
I
money."
mean, Carey's
Yeah.
been less trash than Bobrovsky has been, but still not 10.5 mil.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Golf is back.
I just think so. While we're on the West, one quick thing. I think that
That's fair.
yeah, what's up?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I messed him up.
Oh no! Oh, Quick. I think out of any goalie that's going to move at the deadline, I think Quick might be potentially that
I
guy.
can see that. I can see it.
Yeah.
I looked at his stats the other day.
He is playing fairly good.
What are his
not,
stats
like,
this year?
I thought that too. He started well, but I can't remember the exact. It was in the 8s when I looked though.
Listen, Jonathan
man.
Quick is Jonathan Quick. Like we all know that he's going to have some bad stretch and he's going to have some really good stretch. He's just like he's that kind of guy.
Guess what his save
He is a
percentage is
streaky
right
guy.
now?
8, 8, 8.
897.
Okay, Eric.
Oh, 899.
893. 893.
Yes, that's
which
not very good.
He's a 6-8-2 record.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Martinez is doing all he can in front of him.
Alec.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing some stuff.
They're
this
still
year.
there.
They're also a team that's like they weren't really
Supposed to
thinking they were going to be
you know.
breaking down the world
real
Yeah,
quick.
because
here.
they're running an older team at this point. Like they
Yeah.
still got
They're
Dustin
old.
Brown, they still got Jeff Carter. I mean, Kopitar is still fairly young, but like it's still that same core from back 6 years ago when they were
From
really
when
good.
they won the cups.
Yeah,
Yo,
well,
Nick,
because
Nick.
they over dedicated like
Who-
fucking
who just
crazy
said,
to those guys.
Who just said Martinez? Who just said Martinez is on the Golden Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
really?
went.
I
He
bet.
went.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
traded
yeah,
over
he's
there,
on
yeah.
the- Which is
Yep.
very weird.
Yeah, because I wanted to get him for my fantasy team, and then you picked him up.
Nice, let's
Okay.
go.
So I'm stuck
Why
with
did
this. I'm stuck with
don't
the
know why I
overpaid
thought that.
Petrangelo. Dude's been sucking out loud. I'm annoyed.
My cat's running a race right now.
She's got the zoomies.
Guys,
So
do me.
so golf is back, and 3 of us were able to play yesterday. It was pretty fun, eh, gentlemen?
Eh,
Is
I played a better first game.
Nick's yeah, Nick had a good round of 18, and then didn't think he was gonna shoot badly all year. Then came back the next weekend and was
always
like,
a dangerous-
well, shit.
That's a dangerous thing. You can't go taking too many conclusions out of one good round.
Yeah, so it was me, Nick, and Eric went and played with one of Nick's buddies, and
Logan.
yeah, Logan, and it was friggin', it was nice. It was a nice day. It was wet. It was a wet course.
Yeah, that's the only problem. The
Soppy.
only gripe I have about that was that it was fucking super wet.
It was
Like
soaked.
Mike hits a beautiful drive down like hole 7's fairway and loses
No.
it in the fairway. We all
Oh,
hit
wait,
straight shots and we cannot find his ball.
No idea where the ball went.
Just probably would just
I-
went into the ground.
There was puddles in my line. I like with leaves in them. I think it rolled into a puddle and was just at the bottom of the puddle covered with leaves.
I mean, if it's soggy enough and it comes down the right way, it wouldn't
was
shock
soggy.
me.
It could just go straight in. It was soggy enough too. I was so mad because it was straight
It was
as an arrow,
real straight.
cutting the corner off a little bit. I was gonna have such a nice second shot, and I was like, you son of a.
Yeah, that's
So I
annoying.
just
But-
dropped.
On the bright side, it's going to be super nice this week. So
Yeah.
The warmer weather should dry up that
Should dry
course.
it up.
And
It's a nice course.
but while we're on the topic of golf, Jordan Spieth is back into form.
Yeah.
He gets his W today.
He won the
and
Valero
next
Texas Open or something.
Yeah. Next weekend's the big weekend, boys. And
Masters Week.
I know you're coming down, Ben, but sorry, bud. We're going to be watching some golf.
Okay. Do the
No,
Habs
well-
play next weekend? Because I'm bringing my laptop.
probably.
I'm gonna put that on
Yeah,
that game
probably.
on my laptop.
We're gonna have some golf. We're gonna have some hockey. We're gonna be having a weekend.
Connor's going to
Um,
hate us.
Connor's gonna be like, God, I hate this. the two things that he cares the least about, hockey and
Yeah.
golf, is what's gonna be happening.
He's just going to
Yeah, we
watch
can-
basketball on his
We can
phone
find
again.
a way to put it basketball on something. Yeah.
Oh, we will. Well, looks like we lost Rickman for a minute here.
Eric, where'd you go?
I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. I'm excited for golf. I played a little bit more today. It went really badly, but I got a birdie. I got one birdie on a par 3, and
That's always nice
and
on bad days when you can at least get like a
and then-
birdie or
I'm going
two.
to try and get out again this
then I
week.
had 1,000 double
I'll
bogeys.
probably try and play like Wednesday. Wednesday's supposed to be 66 in full sun. So
Okay.
Wednesday
don't-
or Thursday, I'm going to try and play with Nick. Maybe
Don't
after work.
don't forget, bud, if you can on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So are
I
you
get-
guys doing that like morning and
Morning.
then?
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll be done before you guys even leave, probably. Me and Daniel.
If I even play, but he will definitely.
I will be. Yeah.
The
Eric,
Wi-Fi
the real
was
question
funny.
is, how did you do? How did you do in the
So-
golf game?
So here's what I'm gonna say. Everyone there, their stats were padded because I was playing. So
Mm.
they all thought they did, but no.
they thought they did well, but I,
I got
just
so-
shit to bed.
No. So I'm gonna be honest. All right. So you know, like when you're golfing or whatever, and like it goes two ways, right? You go there, you're like, this is gonna be great, and then just every shot, you're getting more and more pissed at
Yeah.
yourself. Like it was one of those days where the weather was just beautiful, and it was just like we were just walking around, just having a good time. Like
It's true.
it was.
Well, that's
awesome.
good.
It was.
And I know
awesome.
you don't play all that often, so it's like it's hard to. It's
No.
it's an impossible game to just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go play around after not playing
It's
for
true.
like
Yeah.
2
He
years.
did. He did pretty
Like-
freaking good for just
Yeah. So that,
for never playing. He actually did pretty good.
Yeah, so that's what I'll say.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean-
like I've had above average hits for certain clubs. The only problem is consistency.
Yeah.
If you play golf a lot, you're consistent. If you don't, you have like good hits with certain clubs, but every once in a while.
Which I mean, consistency is my whole thing. Like I'll have a birdie one hole and then I'll have like a quadruple bogey the next hole.
Yeah.
Like
That's the thing about golf that makes everybody mad because unless you're a professional, that happens to everybody. I watched a TikTok and it said, name one thing that pisses you off more than this. The guy pops on the screen, he says, oh, hitting a birdie, and then the next hole hitting a double bogey.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Yeah,
I work really well for best ball tournaments because I'm usually good for
a
like
couple shots
at
here and
least
there.
like a couple shots, usually on a hole or two, like, and then chipping and putting, I'm good. It's fine, usually.
Yeah.
I've
I've been sucking at
lost my
putting.
chipping lately, though. I've really lost my chipping lately.
That takes a lot of practice and touch. So if you don't
Chipping
do
is a
it,
practice for sure. Yeah.
all right, we're gonna wrap this one up, gentlemen, real quick. Your Five Guys order, Nick. Let's hear it.
Okay. All right. So if I'm walking into Five Guys, this is my order, ladies
So,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
set the scene. You walk in, there's nuts everywhere.
Walking into McDonald's for
I'm gonna get myself a regular burger, the 2-patty burger, and I'm gonna get lettuce, mayo, raw onions, ketchup. I'm also gonna get jalapenos, but I'm gonna they put them on the bottom. Obviously, that's how they do it. But
This
I
is
do
what he
not
does.
eat the jalapenos. I like the spicy taste of jalapenos on the burger, but I take the jalapenos off. I toss them in the garbage or give them to Mike.
This guy.
And then I get myself a regular fry,
What a freaking weirdo.
and then I get myself.
So
If
you
I'm
like
going full
the
out, full
jalapeno
tilt,
residue.
I'm getting. Hey, no, don't cut me off, fucker.
I'm sorry, but like,
What did you even
Critique
say?
my order once I'm done.
Yeah.
Then if
We're
I'm
good.
going full tilt into it, I'm gonna get myself a vanilla milkshake, and I'm gonna get bacon, peanut butter, and Oreos.
and you're just gonna take the biggest shit of your
What
life
the
after two.
frig? or he'll get a regular soda, fill it up, chug it
Chug it.
while he waits for the burger, and then fill it back up before he leaves.
Yep.
That's genius, actually. I applaud you for that. All right, Ben, you want a critique? Let's hear the critique.
I don't really have much of one other than the fucking jalapeno. You like the
Yeah.
jalapeno residue?
He likes the
just
taste.
I like
he
the
likes the
jalapeno,
spiciness in the
that,
bun.
That slight jalapeno spice.
The hint-
I don't
the hint of
like
jalapeno.
Okay.
So he gives them
Okay,
to me,
sure.
and I have an extra jalapeno burger.
There you go. Why not?
What do you get, Ben? What do you get?
So I get the regular cheeseburger. I get like the 2-patty deal, like Nick. And then I get mustard. No, not mustard. What am I talking? Mayonnaise, ketchup. I get mayonnaise, ketchup, onions, pickles, and lettuce. And then I get a reg fry. And sometimes I get a drink. I don't always, but when I do, I usually get lemonade. Actually, I really like lemonade with my Five Guys.
Nice. Lemonade's good.
It's really refreshing. Nice.
Eric,
And
what
it
about
like
you?
clears all the salt out a lot. Like it gets the salty taste out of your mouth.
What about our health
a soda.
expert? What about our health expert up there?
My
What do you
order
go
Five
for?
Guys
Yes.
burger. That's it. No.
Plain.
No. So I actually just have to pull up their toppings. I'd probably so to be honest.
To be honest, I've never really been to Five Guys.
That's
be
how you know he
honest,
doesn't go very often.
I'd probably just go to Chipotle. No.
Chipotle's
No,
pretty good.
Five Guys, dude. Five Guys is delicious. All the memories after pond hockey, going to Five Guys.
That
with
was a
people
pond
is
hockey
fun.
special, yeah.
Yeah,
that
we
was a pond
get all
hockey
our exercise in and then just nuke
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of the results immediately.
Yeah.
You know what? As a nutritionist, I support that. Calories in equal calories out, right there. It's a beautiful thing. But I get so I'll get a regular burger, and usually I'm one of the weird ones here. I like mushrooms on my burger just because they put them on the flat top, or not raw mushrooms. I like them sautéed or cooked. So I usually go with that.
Grilled.
If I do that, like mushrooms and peppers. But I guess for a stand, that's if I'm like feeling saucy.
If you're
But
feeling shroomy.
Yeah. Feeling true. But I'll do something similar to you, Ben. I'll just get like pickles, lettuce, and onions, no mayo, and then they just dump fries in the bag. And then for a milkshake, they have pretty good. They're pretty good, like a cookies and cream milkshake, or like Oreos,
okay.
whatever
The
they
Oreo
call
one.
it. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. And I don't get soda or anything. I usually just get a cup of water. So that's the noob. That's the noob.
Yeah,
nutrition move right
the
there.
health. There's the health
Yeah.
coming out. I just have
But
water.
Yeah.
So in my order, so my go-to is I get the cheeseburger, 2 patties. You gotta have 2 patties.
Yep.
One doesn't fill you up. I go ketchup, mustard, pickles, like a standard burger, and then I add jalapeno on on as well, because I just eat the jalapenos. I don't pull them off like some sissy. Then I get the Cajun fries, boys. I know you love the Cajun fries. They smell
suck.
They smell so good.
They don't smell good when you leave them in your fridge.
Cajun fry story for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen,
When Mike-
let me
when I
finish my order. Let me finish my
Let
order.
him finish his order and then you can roast him.
Don't critique me until I've done my order. But if I'm treating myself, I get a nice chocolate shake, and if I'm not treating myself, I'll just get a Dr. Pepper or something. But yeah. All right, go for it, Nick.
All right. So here's Mike's. We can wrap it up on this tonight. So here's Mike's Cajun fry situation story from 5 years ago now.
Freshman year
That was
college.
a long freaking time. It's a lot more than
Freshman year
5.
college.
More than
Mike-
5.
Mike moves in before
I guess it would've
me
been 5.
into Banks because he was on the track team. And none of the dining halls were open yet. So Mike had to eat out for a handful of days. Like what, a couple weeks, 2 weeks?
They
a week,
they let us eat. They like fed us and stuff, but there was a lot of times where I was like, I'm still fucking hungry.
Yeah.
So I'd go get 5 Guys.
So
Food options were limited.
let's just say I think I moved in on a Saturday. Mike had gotten
Yeah.
5 Guys earlier that week. Don't remember what day. Had to be considerably earlier. I get there, open up the fridge, and a wafting, shitty smell of Cajun fries comes rolling out of that fridge. And I'm like, what in the fuck is in here? Mike just got like at least 5-day-old fries sitting in the fridge. I'm like, ugh.
Some of the leftovers you kept in fridges for a while back in the day
Listen,
were.
I am not a good roommate. So Danielle, look forward
Good
to
luck.
I mean, we all had our things. I know I was terrible with dishes, but
it. Oh yeah,
No, dude, he still keeps old shit in his fridge.
I do.
I don't know how many times
listen,
I walk
I've
in there and
gotten
I'm like,
better.
Mike,
I've
Mike, how old's
gotten
this
better.
pizza? Oh, don't eat that.
I've gotten better about it. I do need to clean it out again, though. It's getting kind of bad again.
You better clean it out before this weekend.
Oh, I'm gonna do a full cleanup before everybody gets here. So you guys will
I'm
you guys will
bringing,
be good.
bringing Cards Against Humanity. I can bring beer pong supplies. It's gonna be great.
All right.
It's gonna be great.
Sounds good. Does sound fun. But we are going to wrap it up right here for this episode. We hope you enjoyed. Leave in the comments. We actually have another food to talk about next week. We're going to do Pop-Tarts.
Ooh, that's a good
That
one.
was suggested by Danielle in the comments that I did not see because
Holy crap,
I
we got a comment
I
suggestion.
didn't I,
Could
I
start a
did
fist fight.
I did not get the notification. So yeah, we're going to be
Nick, you have strong feelings about Pop-Tarts?
There is a potential of only 3 that you could pick from.
All right,
and
we're not
two
spoiling
are far
it.
superior.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
spoiling
We're
it
not
now.
spoiling.
This is
We're not
next
doing
week. This
this.
is next
Yeah.
week. But yeah, leave in the comments below if you want us to talk about food. Let us know what you want us to talk about,
Or anything
And-
else, really.
or anything else. Yeah, we like talking about things that aren't hockey. It's enjoyable. But yeah, that's gonna end it off here, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.